Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear friends, today I am speaking about the statement of French President Macron and my views on this issue. In this context, first of all, I will thank you and appreciate the stand of the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trudeau defended free speech on Friday, but added that it was not without limits and should not arbitrarily and needlessly hurt certain communities, he said. We will always defend freedom of expression. In response to a question about the right to show caricatures deemed blasphemous, as France Charlie Hebdo magazine did, Trudeau condemned the extremist attack in France as awful and appalling. He said also it is unjustifiable and Canada wholeheartedly condemned these acts while standing with our French friends who are going through extremely difficult times. He said he said Canadian Parliament observed silence to condemn this act on Thursday. Trudeau traded differently on freedom of speech issue and said, but freedom of expression is not without limits. We owe it to ourselves to act with respect for others and to seek not to arbitrarily or unnecessarily injure or hurt those with whom we are sharing a society and a planet. He gave an example and argued that we do not have the right, for example, to shout fire in a movie theater crowded with people. There are always limits. Distancing himself from the position of the French President Macron, who defended right to publish the blasphemous cartoons of the Holy Prophet in France, Macron made the comments during a tribute last week to Samuel Patty, a teacher beheaded in the street for showing caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Macron also allowed cartoons to be displayed at the government buildings. Trudeau pleaded for a careful use of free speech. He nicely said that in a pluralist, diverse, and respectful society like ours, we owe to ourselves to be aware of the impact of our words, of our actions on others, particularly these communities and populations who still experience a great deal of discrimination. At the same time, he said society is ready for a public debate on these issues to have this complex conversation in a responsible way on the subject freedom of speech or free speech with a Hindu Modi Bhakt. I have discussed few points here for you to ponder about it. He is very critical and blunt. He asked me to condemn the incident. I told him killing of any person, animal, and plant is wrong and should be condemned from a sane society. I will not defend any killing because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given authority to take our own life or others' lives. He asked me to be specific. I told him, first you condemn and apologize the killing of Akhlaq, Pailu Khan, Tabriz, who are linked by Hindu goons, Katwa, Unnao, Hathras rapes, and also killing of thousands of Muslims in Gujarat genocide. You supported the killings and rapes. He insisted me to be specific. I asked him why the world and you wanted to poke your nose in Muslim matters. This is their religion. Let them practice it. Why do you insist to draw cartoons of the Prophet? Why? What do you want from it? What is your intention for doing this? Why do you want all this? This is counted. So it is as you sow, so you reap. If you sow hatred, then definitely you will reap hatred. You will not get roses of love against hatred. He said, you are justifying the killing. I said, never ever justify any killing, but simply you cross the limits of the free speech and hurt the feeling of individuals and the community. A reaction came. A young, out of love of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, acted and killed. Yes, he did it wrong. Even recently, two young men in India killed their loved ones, the girls whom they loved. Once they killed them. India is bleeding. He said, "You are mixing things." I said, "The government ministers justified and supported killers and rapists in India. Indian Hindus also in India elected them and garlanded them. Even ministers garlanded the killers and lynchers. Here you are crying it is unfair in a random, isolated incident. It could not be selective condemnation. You should be fair." As he felt he is a cornered, he twisted the subject. "What about the call to boycott French products?" I told him it should not be. He asked me, "So, you did not support the ban on the French products?" I told him Muslims should not ask to boycott French products. It should be autopilot and pre-programmed in their bodies. They should not, and they should do it automatically. It should be a inbuilt system. We Muslim love Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Any government, any company, any organization disgrace our Prophet, then all Muslims automatically hate the products of that country, that company, that organization without anybody saying or reminding Muslims. I do not need reminders and knocking at my door and saying to boycott French products or sending me message or WhatsApping me message to boycott the French products. I should do it automatically without anybody saying. We automatically should refrain to buy French products or any other country products who hurt our feelings. Even we should not support France at any forum. Being a human, French people are our brothers and sisters, and we support them and we respect them. But this is ridiculous, lousy, discriminate free speech. We never ever support it, we never ever allow it. The French people should learn what is respect for others. Do not try to enter others' privacy and free space and hurt them. Every freedom has limitation, so value it and maintain it. Why don't you dance naked in temples, churches, or at Eiffel Tower? There is a limits on any kind of freedom. No freedom without limitations. We have freedom in our country, but hundreds of Muslims languishing in jails just protesting for their rights. Where is the freedom? Have you ever asked about it? I told him, "Why do you poke your nose in Muslim matters? Talking about burqa, hijab, veil, polygamy, triple talaq, skull cap, etc., etc. All is their choice. Leave them alone. Let them practice it. Let them practice it. Your religion is for you, and our religion and Muslims' religion is for them. It is clearly said in the Holy Quran also. So please leave them. Think about your religion and take care. Try to remove caste system. Daily number of people killed and women raped in India being a lower caste in India." He told me every religion has its own merits and demerits. Why do you people insist us to worship only one God? Why do you interfere in our religion? I gave him an example. In English, we call grape. In Urdu, angur. In Arabic, is anab. In French, les raisins. And in Spanish, uvas. We call same fruit with different names. When we all make grape juice, we all have same grape juice taste. So if you would like to drink best grape juice, then take seedless and find sweet skin grapes and make juice. Instead of taking grapes with seeds and bitter skin, peeling skin, taking out seeds and making juice, and then to taste better, adding sugar. I explained him in my professional language. If you wanted to travel daily to London comfortably, safely, hassle free, without any trouble, then take Air India, non stop, direct flight, luxury, Maharaja service, or British Airways with reasonable cost. Safest trip to reach with ease. With the same cost, do you like to go via Kabul, Mogadishu, Addis Ababa, Timbuktu, and then to London? No guarantee of safety, and finally to reach right destination. Which flight do you choose? He agreed to take direct flight. I told him, so we call you for the safest and surest journey. We will not force you or anybody for it. Is it wrong? As Holy Quran said, no compulsion in religion. God is very specific. He is one and only. I ask him, ask your gurus, everybody will agree and accept it that God is one. Even you and me agree that God is one, but you do not want it to approach him directly. You want to go via. Ultimately, you do not know where you will be heading, landing after death. It is choice up to you, and it is choice to me also, and to others also. This is choice up to you to choose. Thank you very much.